Do you want to know the biggest mistake most people make? The mistake I'm talking about is living as if life were only a rehearsal, as if the real show still had to begin. But it's not like that. Life is happening now. And there will be no retakes. When you truly understand this, something extraordinary happens. You don't just live better with more joy and serenity, you can even live longer. Because longevity doesn't come from laboratories, from your genes, or from some miracle pill. True longevity is born in your mind, in the way you choose to look at life. So stay with me until the end of this video. I'll guide you through a reflection that could change your perspective and reveal the secret to living a long, healthy, wise, and happy life. Often we are trapped in a strange idea. We believe life is a race, a test to pass, a pilgrimage toward a serious finish line. We think the goal is to reach the end with medals on our chest, with a sense of virtue, success, and having left a mark. But have you ever asked yourself, what if it's not like that? What if life is more like music or a dance? No one listens to a symphony just for the last note. No one dances just to get to the other side of the room. The meaning of music is in listening to it. The meaning of dancing is in the dancing itself. So maybe the meaning of life is not in a distant goal, but in living every moment as part of the dance. And yet we behave as if we must always prepare to live. We tell ourselves, I have to finish school to get a good job. I have to work to feel secure. I need security to raise a family. And so it continues in an endless cycle. Then comes retirement, the time many people wait for, thinking, finally, I can live. But too often when they arrive there, they are tired, weighed down by habits, prisoners of routine. And they realize life has slipped away. Old age and death, once distant, suddenly knock at the door. And then we understand, we never really lived. Because we were too busy preparing to live. It's like reading a novel while skipping all the pages just to reach the last one, and then closing the book asking, was that it? In doing so, we've missed the beauty written line after line. And by doing so, we miss the show of life because we are too busy searching for its meaning. Or like attending a concert, but instead of listening to the music, you spend the whole time checking the score for mistakes. The music is playing all around you, but you don't hear it. This happens when we turn life into a problem to solve instead of a reality to experience. We build a huge building of seriousness around us. We convince ourselves that we need the right credentials, the right title, the right car, the right address, and the right company. So we live like actors on a stage, afraid the audience will find out we're improvising. But the truth is, we're all improvising. No one really knows what's happening. We're all playing roles, the doctor, the lawyer, so the entrepreneur, the father, the mother, the retiree, and even the old man. These are all roles, games, and they're beautiful, as long as we don't mistake them for our true identity. The problem begins when we forget to play. When we believe we are the mask, then the game becomes a prison. But what is the alternative to all this seriousness? It scares us. We think that without purpose we'll be nobody, failures, insignificant. Yet here lies the great misunderstanding. The opposite of seriousness is not superficiality. It's not frivolity. The opposite of seriousness is the lightness of play. It is seeing the universe itself as a cosmic game, as a spontaneous flow of energy and motion. Look at nature. Does it look serious to you? Look at a puppy chasing its tail. The waves chasing each other on the shore. Birds migrating across the sky. They don't look like they're on a desperate mission. They don't seem full of existential anguish. They simply play. They express themselves. They live. So why do we humans always have to be so serious? Longevity begins right here, by freeing ourselves from the weight of seriousness and rediscovering the sense of play. It doesn't mean becoming irresponsible. It means living with trust, with openness. It means learning to flow like water. Because life was never meant to be under our total control. Life is a process that unfolds, a music that plays, and we are here to dance. Watch a bee. It doesn't need to prove anything. It flies from flower to flower with calm, passion, and love. It simply is a bee. And in doing so, it performs a miracle, bringing life, creating nourishment, generating beauty. And we too can learn from it. To live with naturalness, without the anxiety of proving our worth. But we humans have a unique possibility. We can choose. We can simply survive it, moving from one habit to another, or we can truly live, dancing and singing. And what does it really mean to dance and sing? It means awakening to consciousness, realizing that life itself is the dance and the song, and that by flowing with it, we awaken to the timeless essence of who we truly are. And that we are not just the steps or the notes, but something beyond them. We are the consciousness from which everything arises. Alan Watts, the philosopher and spiritual teacher who taught the art of conscious living, said, "We didn't come into this world, we came out of it, like a leaf from the tree, or a wave from the ocean." To live in consciousness means to watch yourself while you travel through life. Not just to enjoy the landscapes along the way, but to understand who the observer really is. And then the beauty is not just in living long, but in living wide, living deep, living in awareness. When you stop taking the ego too seriously, something wonderful happens. You relax. You free yourself from the constant anxiety of protecting a fragile image. You become spontaneous, able to laugh at yourself, to make mistakes without fear, to love without conditions. You are no longer a mask to defend, but a human being flowing with life. Like water, which seems weak but over time shapes the rock, you too become strong precisely through your lightness. This is the secret of living long and happy. Stop postponing life and live it here and now. Because life is not a rehearsal. It's the music already playing. It's the dance we are already dancing. Don't wait for retirement. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until everything is in order. It's not needed. Your longevity doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. Every sincere laugh, every hug, every step in the forest, every moment of silence is longevity. Because it doesn't just add years to life. It adds life to your years. So I invite you to an essential transformation. When you walk, walk for the sake of walking. When you listen to the rain, listen for the sake of listening. When you laugh, laugh without worrying how you look. This is what it means to live long. This is training for a long, healthy, wise, and happy life. Remember, you are not a stranger in this universe. You are the universe experiencing itself through you. You are not just a small lost wave. You are the whole ocean dancing. And when you recognize this, fear dissolves, and only gratitude remains. So live this way. Live with trust, with love, with joy. Live wide and deep. Live your dance. And when you reach the end of the journey, you will be full not of regrets, but of gratitude for the gift you were given. If this message touched you, I invite you to subscribe to the Longebility Mindset channel, leave a like, and share it with the people you love. Together we can spread a new vision, a vision of longevity that doesn't fear time, but embraces it with wisdom and happiness. Because longevity begins in the mind, and your dance has already begun.